Hi, I'm Martina, and I wanted to get out of Birmingham for a bit, so had a drive down to Bournemouth to visit friends, fly a drone down the beach, that kind of thing. This is Branksome Chine. If you look the other way, you can see sandbanks in the distance, on a spit across the entrance to Poole Harbour. This is known as a prime retirement spot for the heavily moneyed, with some of the highest property values in the world. I'm sure you'd agree that sandbanks would benefit massively from a motorway. Luckily it already has one, sort of. And not quite here, but across the harbour on the Isle of Purbeck. Here you'll find the preserved Swanage Railway, Corfe Castle, a lot of famous cliffs I didn't get to with the drone, inexplicably one of the largest onshore oil wells in Europe, and arguably the first motorway in the UK, opened in the 1920s. The Isle of Purbeck isn't really an island, it's believed to be so called because it's relatively isolated. Poole's natural harbour is quite big, and to drive on land from Bournemouth to Swanage is 26 miles. Thankfully there's a ferry from Sandbanks, which wasn't running when I was there, so I had to go the long way round. Speaking of which, where's the motorway, I hear you ask? Well, I'm nearly there. This is the village of Studland, at the eastern end of Purbeck. It doesn't look like it, but this village T-junction with a finger post in sleepy rural Dorset really is the start of the first motorway in Britain. Technically. Sort of. The ferry from Sandbanks began operating around 1926, under the Bournemouth to Swanage Motor Road and Ferry Company. Note the motor road in the name there. From the ferry quay on the south side of the water from Sandbanks heading south to Studland, they built their motor road, named Ferry Road, with a toll. So apart from the name, why is it a motorway? What even is a motorway? The motor road was built under an Act of Parliament, like a railway, giving it a private right of way. Roads were usually public rights of way, so the operator can ban or allow types of traffic at will, and also prevent someone from plugging a driveway into it from adjoining property. Railways were pretty much always private rights of way in Britain, usually with a lot of earthworks and aligned for speed. By the end of the 19th century they started building flying junctions, where tracks passed over or under each other instead of crossing on the level, to improve the flow of trains. A century ago, when motor vehicles started to be a big thing, people wondered if roads could be built more like railways, and dedicated to motor traffic. Indeed, the German Autobahn translates as something like car railway. On the Bournemouth to Swanage motor road though, pedestrians always had access, enshrined in its Act of Parliament. I can't see that they ever banned animals or cycles either. When I was there with the ferry not operating, much of the traffic was cyclists, and YouTubers. The motor road also seems to allow a lot of adjoining properties to access it. Perhaps they called it a motor road as a gimmick. It was a hot new concept at the time. To be fair, the alignment is fairly fast, and today most of the road has a speed limit of 60 miles per hour. It would have had no limit when opened. Maybe making it a motor road was just to prevent a competing ferry or bridge from joining and using it. They proposed their own bridge a few years after the ferry opened, a high concrete bridge to clear the shipping into Poole Harbour, with a large spiral ramp on sandbanks to conserve land. This was not popular with the locals. Maybe it was all a scheme to stop anyone else building a more sensible opening bridge. The locals killed the bridge, but don't even realise they live next to the B3351M toll. If you enjoyed this video and want me to make more about infrastructure, transport and engineering, please persuade the algorithm to smile on this channel by clicking to like, share and subscribe. It likes that. I'm Martina and thank you for looking at things with me.